how should small businesses, or how can small businesses use AI without losing a human touch? So many people are worried about AI being the bad guy in business. They're like, oh, I don't know, that makes me nervous, especially some conservative business owners. But how can AI benefit the small business owner and not make it become some robotic thing?
Maybe there are some things that the humans don't need to touch. We just talked about cars. If you go back 200 years, we were walking or using horses. And I got to tell you, this is a better way to travel. There's no two ways about it. So maybe if the person has those reservations, why don't they start with the tasks that are not human touch sensitive? Look, have the thing make you an Excel spreadsheet. Look, make me a schedule that gets everybody on the schedule 3 times between now and the 4th of July. Nobody works any more hours than the other person, and they all need to work 33.3 hours per week. There are 7 of them. Here are their names. Go.
Right.
Why in the world would I want to spend a week building that Excel spreadsheet myself that calculates the hours, the times, and makes recommendations to me about how to improve it, when I can just type in a sentence and hit enter? I think the human power, we don't use it to replace the human power. The manpower we should be using the AI to get a higher return for the manpower. So let the AI do the simple things and let the human intelligence do things that only humans can do well. And there's all kinds of AI out there. Obviously, I talked to you guys about it. You can make 10,000 phone calls in 2 minutes. That's okay, because 9,600 of those phone calls may get hung up on if it were a person. I am actually freeing a person from that and moving them further down in the process so they can talk to the person after they've shown an interest. And I've saved them maybe 4 weeks of human manpower. You just can't beat that. So use it to maximize human return, not to eliminate human input.
Yeah, so I think most likely the biggest thing that small business owners can do with AI currently is do anything. Like, go do something with it. Don't wait until it's, don't wait 5 years. Don't wait a couple of years until you realize that it's not going away, right? Like, don't treat it like something that's this, fad that's going to disappear, like a bad haircut, bad hairstyle that came through in the 80s or something like that. It's not. So, and here's the thing. It's been around for a lot of years, right? Like, big business has been using it for a long time. You've just got gain more access to it. So stop treating it like it's going away. Go get used to it. Go in there and figure out what it can do for your business, right? Like Mark said, let it do something that's non-customer facing, right? But it can it can for sure improve your output. It can take like some of those tasks that he was talking about. It can free up your bandwidth so that you can work on other things. But the thing is if you don't start using it, it's like anything. The first time you do anything, you suck, period. Like, don't think that you're going to be great. Don't act like a 5-year-old. Like, I'm the greatest there ever was. And I just pick things up and I'm master at it right away. Like,
nobody is.
Like, no one is. It's just how it works. So get in there and start using it so that you understand it and have a feel for it and you can actually benefit from it. Because if you wait for 5 years, you're just going to end up paying a contractor to do it for you, and they will take advantage of you 100%.
And something super simple is if you're writing an email to your staff, to your customers, write the email. Then put the email in there and say, hey, is there any way that I can improve this? Or like, hey, can you make this so that it connects better emotionally? Or, hey, can you do blah,
Make it
blah, blah, blah,
funnier.
blah? Can you make it funnier? Can you do this too? Like,
You make it more relational.
make it more relational. Make it so that people want to read it. Like, just do that. And here's the thing is, if you do your part and then you put it in there, it's still going to sound like you because you wrote the initial email.
Right.
Like,
Do you care if I pull back the curtain just a little bit?
just a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to pull back the curtain on something. I'm going to tell you what I do with AI more than anything. And I mean, I use it a lot, but I'm going to tell you what I do with it. One of the most challenging parts of owning a business or being an entrepreneur is you don't always have somebody to bounce your ideas off of. You don't always have somebody to talk to. Sometimes I just talk to it. And I tell it what I'm thinking, and then I ask it for some recommendations on the best, most straightforward way to get from point A to B. So a conversation with it might look like this. Hey, I'm thinking about offering fractional COO services to my customers and to businesses that are not yet my customers. And I know that I have the ability to do it, but I don't have that much information on that industry. I'm not sure how to charge. I'm not sure how I should, I'm not sure how to get new clients, and I'm not sure which services to offer and which services to take off the table. Make some recommendations to me about how I should proceed, and then it'll quickly, in 10 seconds, give me some recommendations. I'll say, oh, that really looks great. Formulate it in a plan that allows me to reach out to my first customer in the next 3 days. And then it'll give me that. Great. Give me a script of what I can say to people when I talk to them. And then it'll give me that. Are you kidding me? Why would I want to return that to the store unopened? People, if you're not using this, you are literally putting some of the best brain power available in business on the bench, and that would kind of make you not that smart.
And it's true, though. I use it. I tell Zach all the time, I use it as my assistant. Like, you know, and you don't, like, here's the beautiful thing is, like, so even if you have, like, a team that's awesome and great at generating ideas, you can't always meet with them. They're not always available. They're sometimes busy. They might live in a different time zone than you, and they might not be available when you're available. Or you might be somebody who's a late at night person or early in the morning person, and nobody else is awake or up. And so you just do exactly in whatever vein, whatever area that you do, whatever area you want to brainstorm.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And,
yeah.
Well, and so first off, Laura chatting with ChatGPT or whatever AI that she's working with has freed up my bandwidth because she no longer needs me to have those conversations with her. And I know that sounds like crazy. Trust me, we have plenty of
and normally after we have the final decision together.
Oh yeah, we do. But she pre-goes through stuff. But the other thing I was going to say is, like, most software now, including your Gmail, right, have preformed prompts for you that you could just click the button and it'll put all the stuff in. Start with that. Like, start with that and see what it does. Like, just stop thinking you're going to break something. You're not going to break something. I can't. I get fired up because people are so scared of software. And
as the de facto IT guy,
I am the de facto IT guy. But the reason I'm the de facto IT guy is because my intention is to try and break it. Like, and I know that sounds crazy.
He's successful sometimes.
I am often successful.
I can't tell you how many softwares he's opened an IT ticket for, and they go, it's a bug in the software. I've never seen this before.
Often. Get that. I run into that. Mine is not, oh, it was right here, or did you restart your computer? Those solutions don't work for me. Like, they have to go to somebody else.
They have to take it upstairs.
They have to, I get past level 1 customer service, and I get to talk to somebody that writes code because I'm that guy. But it's because I'm not scared to break it. I push buttons, and I do stuff, and I move it around, and because I know it's fixable, right? So, but don't stop treating software that way. Stop doing those things because it's important to understand. That's how most people learn is they do it wrong for a while and then they figure out what works.
And it's accessible. Think about it.
Oh my gosh,
people
it's everywhere.
Compare this to the internet. This is way better than the internet. I remember paying $19.95 for Prodigy. I couldn't do anything with that. I mean, I could look. It was like the lowest form of Google it wasn't even that. It was just, there wasn't much to it. You know, there's a bunch of icons for me to choose from among what they had there for me. It's $19.95 a month. This is back in like 1990. Bought a computer at Sears. It took forever to get anywhere on there. This is free, man. And yes, you probably want to get some paid versions of some of these once you're comfortable using them. But right now, you can use Google's for free. You can get into Claude on X, and I hate promoting that one, but it's good. It is. So, oh well. And you can use ChatGPT. It's built into Canva now. It's all over the place. Yep. So if you're not using it, you're insane. Like Laura, you said you use it as your assistant. Zach, you use it as the tester. I like to use it as my mentor.
You know what else I use it for? I actually use it in replacement of Google.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to say that.
I will ask it like if I want to figure some random thing out, or I want like a technical answer, I'll ask ChatGPT, because it goes and deciphers all the stuff for me and gives me
much more quicker than you hitting all the links.
Instead of me going through a whole bunch of articles and a bunch of things to try and find, it literally just deciphers the answer, and it's like, bing, here it is.
Oh yeah.
Opposed to you show up on a website and there's 18,000 pop-ups because it's ranked number 1 for SEO, and that's how they make their money, which I appreciate. But at the same time, it's annoying to go figure it out when I can just boom.
And if you're scared of software, you can also type in there how to use certain things to make it do certain things. You can even have it write little snippets of code for you.
You can.
Big snippets now.
Yeah?
There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But you can, so say you're trying to use Canva for the first time and you don't know. You could go into ChatGPT. I mean, I know Canva has it built in too, but you could go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to create a flyer for this. What do you recommend? What do I put into Canva in order
it'll create your prompt for Canva. And a good one at that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and like what elements to search for, how you search for it, what background. It will tell you how to design it. You don't have to be a designer.
It'll do the same for video. I had it write the script for a Synthesia video this week or last week. And I had ChatGPT. It's like, hey, write me a script. My friend owns a hot water heater, or he owns a home repair, but he only wants to do hot water heaters. Mm-hmm. And so he wanted a video that talked about hot water heaters and the dangers of ignoring your hot water heater. And ChatGPT wrote the script. I stuck it into Synthesia. Synthesia took about 7 minutes to organize it. Let me pick out an AI character, and it was done. It was like effortless. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to edit it. I didn't have to do anything. It was just crazy.
Did it look good?
Yeah, looks good.
So
I have to see that.
Yeah.
So some people are going to hear this and they're going to go, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like everything's getting replaced by AI. And this is what I always tell people. I want your thoughts on this. Is AI, in my opinion, is only as good as the questions you ask it, the prompts you give it, and your ability to recognize what you want at the end. So, for example,
currently,
for example, somebody who knows how to do design is going to get better ideas from ChatGPT than myself, who doesn't understand design, because they can ask it something specific and they know what it looks like. And so if I hire somebody who's using, if I hire a designer who is using AI, their AI results are going to be better than my AI results. Not that I can't get them, and they're not that they're not usable, but they're not better. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's 100% true, and I can tell you why.
Well, go ahead.
So the reason for that is AI it's built completely on language, right? So it just, all it's doing is guessing the next word, right? Very accurately guessing the next word, but that's all it's really doing. So here's why I know you have to be in the field to get the best results. Because if you don't know the language, and every field has its own language, whether you believe that or not, like if you go to a new job, it has a different language. You have to learn. That's why you have to go through training. You're learning a new language because you don't understand what people are saying. Same word means completely different things in different industries. And so if you're unable to communicate with it in that lexicon or that language, you will not get the good results, because you're telling it you're a master designer. well, or whatever, you're a master copywriter, whatever you're telling it is ahead of time, then it goes into that world and says, okay, these are what these words mean now, right? But if you don't know what those words mean, you will make a mistake and you will get a result that you're not looking for.
And you become frustrated.
And you'll become frustrated because you are not proficient in that area. You're not proficient enough to give it commands in that area, right? And so that's why that happens. So if you're good in the area and you're an expert in an area, you're going to be better using AI for that thing than people that aren't. Period.
What are your thoughts, Mark?
I'll throw you a, I won't say poor man's, I'll say underfunded entrepreneur's fix to that. So let's say I can't afford to hire the designer, which that's real sometimes, right?
For sure.
So I still need the work done, and I still want that high level of work. So what I could do is I could go to ChatGPT and say, I'm not a designer, but I need to create high output. I wouldn't ask it this way. I'm just making it simple for our video here. But I need to create some high level designer output. Tell me how I should ask you for that.
You ask it for a prompt, yeah.
And
Right.
and so it'll tell me, and I can go and do that, because Zach is 100% right. Every industry, whether it's law, whether it's government, whether it's manufacturing, electricians, contractors, they all have their own language. So luckily, the AI already knows that language. So I can ask the AI. It's an additional step for me, but it's still, I don't have to hire that designer now. It'll bridge the gap until it does enough output to where I can sell enough of that kind of work to hire that designer. But right now, it's literally, look, ladies and gentlemen, starting with a small business and turning it into a large successful business is 100% about leverage. Most people always think of leverage in terms of money. I need to get a loan. I need to borrow some money. I need to get the cash. I need the capital. You literally can leverage anything. Right now, the highest return for leverage comes from you sitting down in front of your AI, telling it what you need. Let it do the heavy lifting for you.
100%.